Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. Here in this training video, I want to show everyone on how to subdivide the layout plan. Alright, so this is an already made layout parameter, and all I want to do is to subdivide it into the best possible plots. Alright, so I'll be using the Civil 3D in the course of this training video. Alright, so when you're on your Civil 3D work environment, the first thing is to come to your prospector. So if your settings is on toolbox, you come to prospector. Alright, then you come to sites, you click on it, you right click, then you click on new. So here you name the site. Alright, so I'm just going to call this training. Okay, so you click on apply and OK. Alright, so when you have your already made survey plan, the layout plan this way, all you have to do next is to bring out the icon points, the boundary points. Alright, so if you do not have an already plan, all you have to do is to import your points from maybe Notepad or Excel. You can check under the video description or the comment section on how to do just that. So when you import your points, you do not need to bring it out from the boundary points the way you are seeing on the screen. However, if you have an already made plan, just follow the step-by-step procedure. Therefore, when you highlight the boundary points, you have to click on this auto. Alright, then you right click, and you come to basic modify to click on copy. Alright, then you move those points to one side of the work environment, then you press escape on your keyboard. Alright, so the next thing to do now is to join this point according to the way you run your survey clockwise. So you use the polyline tool. Make sure you use the polyline tool, click on it, then you start joining your points. So if your own snap is not activated, you have to come to this icon post snap here, click on it, click on object snap settings, then select all. Alright, then you click on OK, it will be activated. Then you start joining your points. I'll be dropping this AutoCAD drawing template under the video description in case you want to practice hands-on. So when you are done on the last point, you right click, then click on enter. So that is what you have to do at this stage. So when you are done doing that, all you have to do next is to come to parcel. You click on parcel here. Alright, then you create parcel from object. You click on that. Then you click on the object, which is the layout perimeter. You click on it, then you click on enter. So on this stage now, alright, if yours is not showing training here, you have to choose training. Okay, this is the site you created earlier. Alright, then here your parcel style, you click on it, then you click on single family. Alright, so when you're done with that, you scroll down, you leave this at default, alright. Then you scroll down to label styles, you click on the drop down shadow arrow. Alright, so I'm just going to use name, area and perimeter in this case. Alright, so you click on name, area, perimeter, then you can choose to edit the area perimeter to what suits you by coming to this icon here, you click on that. Therefore, when you're on this work environment, if yours is on information, you click on layout. So when you click on layout, you can see the area is already the component name, right? So you scroll down, this should be area, this should be true. If yours is not true, you click on it and make it true. Leave this at default. Here, label, location, leave that. Then here, you come to the contents, alright? You click on this three-dotted end line. So when you're at this stage, you click on name. So what we want to see is name, area, which is the parcel area, then the parcel perimeter. So here on the name, you click on it. Then you highlight the first command on this work environment here, alright? Then you click on this arrow here. Then you come here to format, then you choose the font of interest. So I'm just going to leave it as Times New Roman. Alright, so you can choose to edit the color, but I'm going to leave it on default and you click on OK. Alright, so that is not all. You come back to it, then you click on the three-dotted icon. Alright, then this time around, parcel area, you click on that. So on your parcel area, you check this second command. Alright, you check it. Then here the unit is square meter. I want to see my parcel in square meters. The other unit, any one of interest is what you should go by it. So I'll go with square meter. Right, so precision, I'll be leaving it at 0.01. If yours is not on 0.01, click on 0.01. You leave all this on default and you click on this arrow. Right, so when you click on this arrow, you come to format, then you can change the font as well to Times New Roman or any font of interest. So when you're done with that, you come to the greater sign here, then you put the unit for square meters, which is SQM. Alright, so at this stage, here is the last information I want to see on each parcel, which is the parcel perimeter. So when you click on it, you can directly change the font size directly here. Then you click on OK. So we have successfully edited that to what it should be. Alright, so the test had, if yours is on 3.5, which is the default, you can choose to reduce or increase to any size of your interest. So I'm just going to leave the test height as 0.6. Alright, so when you're done at this stage, you click on apply and OK. Alright, that is for the label styles for area label style. Alright, so at this stage, you come to the automatically add segment labels. You click on that. So you quickly go and edit the bearing over distance. So you can click on this drop down shadow area. If yours is not on bearing over distance, this will give you the advantage to automatically label your perimeter. So you click on bearing over distance, then you click on this icon here to edit it. So here it should be bearing, here true, here label mode, leave it. Then you come to this content, you click on the dot 3 line, alright? So at this stage, you highlight this command here. You can see the unit is degree. If yours is not on degree, you click on degree. The format is degree, minute and seconds, you leave it that way. The measurement type, if yours is not on not azimuth, you click on not azimuth. You click on that, check it. Alright, precision, if yours is not on 1 minute, you scroll and check on 1 minute. Alright, that is all. Then you come to this arrow here, you click on that. Then you come to format, then you can change the font of interest. Then you click on OK. Alright, that is for bearing. Then you click on this component name to edit for distance. So you leave this on default, then you come to the content, click on the three dotted line, then you can now highlight the command here, then the units, if yours is not on meter, you click on meter. If yours precision, I want it to be on 0.01, I will leave it as that, then click on this arrow, then format, then choose the font of interest. So here, when you are done with that, you choose the units of meter, which is M. Alright, so you click on OK and apply and OK. Alright, so when you are done with that, you leave this on default, make sure this is checked, you erase existing entities, then you click on OK. So automatically you are going to see your bearing and the distance automatically labeled for the perimeter. So that is the testing or the first stage of subdivision. Alright, so you can see the total area of this layout is about 11,550.68 square meters. Alright, therefore the next thing for you to do is to exclude in order for you to be able to edit or move the bearings and the distances. Alright, so for you to do that, all you have to do is to highlight all. Okay, then come to your command line and type exclude. Then you click on that. So automatically it is going to exclude the angles and the distances. Then you repeat the command so that it can exclude for the polyline. Alright, by clicking on enter on your keyboard again, then you highlight all. Again, then you click on enter. Okay, so when you're done with that, you can now double click and you see that your distances and your angles is editable. Okay, so the next thing is to rejoin the boundary points so that we can forge ahead in the subdivision. Therefore, you delete this. Alright, then you can now use the polyline. Make sure it is the polyline to rejoin the boundary points. So at the last boundary point, you right click and you click on enter to accurately join the point. So if I click on it, you see that it is now a polyline. Alright, so you click on escape. Therefore, you come to parcel, you click on create parcel from objects. Alright, then you click on the polyline, you click on enter. So this time around, you don't need to check this automatically add segment labels. You uncheck it. Leave everything the way it is, then click on OK. Okay, then you can move this area to one side of the layout. Alright, therefore, looking at the original survey of the property, you can see this is the existing road giving access to the perimeter. Therefore, I'll be defining the alignment of the road that is going to enter into the property. Alright, so as the designer or as the surveyor, you are the one to give the best judgment of how the route is going to enter into each parcels and the plots. Alright, so to do just that, all you have to do, you can move the text upwards so that I can pick the center line of the property. So I want the road to cross in between the property, and I want it to cross from the cross section as well. So I'll be defining the alignment by using the polyline tool. You click on the polyline, then the center of the property, then this way to the center, right? Then you click on enter. So I want another cross section of about 2, so that I'm not going to waste the properties of my clients. All right. So to give it a better access route, all right, you will just repeat the command by clicking on enter. All right. Then from here, I will just give it here, enter. From here, give it here and enter. Okay, so this is the alignment for the access roads in between the plots. Alright, so when you're done doing this, the next thing to do is to come to alignment. You click on that, then you create alignment from objects. Create alignment from objects. You click on that. Alright, then you click on first longitudinal alignment and you click on enter. So you can see the direction of the arrow. So it is this way. So if you want it to be reversed, going this way, you can click on reverse. However, I want it to be going this way, the way I have defined the alignment. Then I'll click on enter on the keyboard. Alright, so here at this stage, we leave this on default. Then you come to site, then you choose the training site you created. Right, then here you leave it as proposed. Okay, then here, if yours is on any other thing, you click on no labels. Then here you can check the add curves between tangents. Alright, then you click on OK. So I am now going to do for the cross sections of the alignment. By going to alignment, create alignment from objects, click on this first, click on enter. So the arrow is coming downwards the way I have defined. Alright, you click on enter again, and click on the training site. Then here, no labels, make sure it's on no labels, and uncheck this, then click on OK. You can see it is already subdividing the perimeter into divisions, alright, but not yet into plots, but into divisions, alright. So I am now going to choose for this again by coming to alignment, create alignment from objects, click on the line, click on enter. So the arrow is coming downwards, so it is OK by me, click on enter. Then here, training sites, okay, then here, no labels, just the same thing we did earlier, click on OK. Therefore, you can see, guys, it has automatically subdivided this perimeter into divisions, but not yet plots. Alright, what I want to achieve now is to insert the access roads into the subdivided plots. Okay, so this is how you go about it. Then, when you're done with this, the next thing to do is to come to parcel. Then you create right of way. Alright, you click on that. Then you highlight everything. Okay, you click on it. Then you click on enter. So at this stage now, the right of way, which is the offset between alignment from alignment. So I want the access road to be 6 meters width. So it is going to be 3 meters from the left shoulder and 3 meters from the right shoulder. Alright, so I'm just going to leave it 3 so that the sum can be 6. If you want your width of the access road to be more than 6, you can choose the half of the width. Okay, if it is 9 meters width, that is going to be 4.5. If it is 8 meters width, it's going to be 4 meters. Alright, so I'm going to leave it as 3. You can edit yours as 3 as well. Alright, then here the fillet radius at parcel boundary intersection, I'll leave it as 2. Then here, if yours is on fillets, you make it chamfer. Alright, to be a very sharp edge. Okay, then here you make it 2. Okay, the fillet radius as well, 2 meters. I'll be leaving it as 2 meters. You can use any unit of your choice. Okay, then here I'm going to leave it as chamfer. Okay, then click on OK. Therefore, guys, you can see already I have created access roads in between the subdivisions. Alright, in between the subdivisions. Okay, so you can see automatically it will be adjusting the area of each plot. So if I'm to click on this single family 4, we are going to see the polyline. This is for this perimeter. Okay, I'll click on escape and check for this as well. This is for this perimeter, and you can see the area in square meters as well. Alright, so you can see the access road in between. This is going to make the design to be much more beautiful, and you can see there is easy accessibility to each plot, each divisions via the access road that has been created. Alright, so it is just based on your own interest and your own judgment as the surveyor in charge. And when you are done with this, the next thing to do is to merge all this property, which is the alignment of the roads. Okay, I want to merge them so that it will not disturb me from doing other further designs. Okay, so what you do is to come to Parcel Creation tools. Okay, then you come to this icon here, then you click on Parcel Union. Alright, so when you click on Parcel Union, you just choose the reference text. I'll use this property 12 as the reference text. Then you start highlighting the rest of the alignment for the roads. Okay, so I'm just going to click on each and every one of them. Then that is it. So when you are done with that, you click on enter, then you click on enter again, and you cannot click on escape. So you can see it has merged all the text for the rows together. So when I click on this, it is going to highlight the rest of it. Okay, so that is just how to merge that. So I do not want to see this anymore, so therefore I'll click on it, then come to parcel properties. Okay, then come to parcel properties here, then here you come to information. So here you make it road. Okay, this is for the road. Then you click on apply and okay. So you can see it has automatically changed to road. Okay, so therefore you will click on it because I don't want the text to be showing. Alright, then you come to parcel properties, then edit parcel style. So I'm just going to off this layer. Alright, I'm just going to off it. It's still going to maintain the layer for me. Alright, so I'm just going to leave it that way. Okay, so therefore at this stage, the next thing to do is to start subdividing the divisions into plots. Okay, I want to start subdividing the divisions into plots. So how you go about that is to come to your command line. I am going to give you the best technique in the course of this video into subdividing your layout into the actual plot. The standard plot based on my region is 464.52 square meters. That is the area of one plot. Alright, so depending on your location from where you are seeing this video, you can actually follow this method as well. It is going to work for you. So you come to your command line, then you type calculator. Okay, you lodge in your calculator. Okay, so this is actually my calculator here. So the idea is I need to subdivide the amount of the perimeter for this division. Alright, so this is 1429.54 square meters. So I want to know how many number of plots can this give me. Alright, can this region give me? Alright, so all you have to do is to divide this is 1429.54. Then divided by approximately 465. Okay, approximately 465. That is the area of one plot. Then you click on equals. So this region can actually contains or give me 3 plots. Okay, 3 plots. So how to divide this to give me the exact plot of what I'm looking for is what I'm going to show you next. So all you have to do is to copy this into 2 decimals. Copy it, that is 3.07. Then you can minimize it here. Alright, then you come to parcel. So on parcel, you come to parcel creation tools. Alright, so here if yours is not a minimum area of 464.52 square meters, you can come here and edit to 464.52. That is the standard area for one plot. So here the minimum frontage now, okay, it is going to be the calculation we did area. Alright, 3.07. Alright, this is the minimum frontage for this region. It is going to be different from other divisions, other regions. Alright, so that is the idea. If you don't follow this the way I'm explaining it or the way I'm showing you, you may have error. Okay, so we are going to edit it to the minimum frontage of what we divided earlier or what you have actually obtained in the course of you doing your own. Okay, so at this stage, make sure this is on yes. Then here at this stage, if yours is not on 0.5, you can edit it to 0.5 so that it's not going to take inside of your subdivisions. It's not going to short the area of your subdivisions, the plot. Alright, so I'm going to leave this at minimum width of 0.5 as well. Minimum depth 0.5. Maximum depth, use maximum depth. Please click on no and not yes. If yours is on yes, check no. Okay, the maximum depth, so I'll leave this as 2 meters. Okay, then multi-tool solution preference, leave it as use shortest frontage. Use shortest frontage. Then automatic mode, you click on. Okay, if yours is on off, on. Okay, here at this stage, we are going to see 3 options. Create parcel from remainder, place remainder in last parcel, redistribute remainder. This create parcel from remainder. You can see if I click on it, you are going to see it. So when it subdivides, okay, the last very parcel, okay, the 0.7, it is going to subdivide it and leaves it as a separate parcel. Alright, that is what this create parcel for remainder means. Then place remainder in the last parcel. This simply means it is going to add the 0.7 square meters to the 464.52 square meters. That is what the second option means. Then this last option, redistribute remainder. It is going to redistribute the 0.7 remainder to each parcels. That's simply the implication of that is that each parcel is going to be more than one plot. Alright, so the idea I'm going to use here because of this region, this division now, because the remainder is very small, okay, it is not up to half plots. If it is 3.5, I would have loved to go with create parcel from remainder because that is half a plot. It is marketable, it is sellable. Alright, so therefore this is not up to half plot. I am going to use the second option, place remainder in last parcel. That is, I want the last parcel to sum this, so that is going to be slightly more than a plot. Okay, so that is the idea of this option. Therefore, when you're done with this, you come to this drop icon here, you click on Sideline Create. Click on that. So make sure this is on your training site, okay? Here, make sure it is on single family. Okay, here leave it on default. Parcel number, okay? This is what you want it to display on each plot, okay? If you want each plot that is going to be subdivided now to be having the ID of name, the area and the perimeter, you click on this. If you just want it to be the parcel name, you click on this. If you want it to just be the parcel number, you click on this. However, I will go with just parcel number so that my work environment, my design will not be cumbersome. So when you click on that, you can choose to come and edit. Alright, so you can choose to come and edit the text. So here, just like what we've done earlier, you click on the three dotted icon, you highlight this, okay? Then you click on this arrow, then here the format, you choose the font of interest, and you click on OK. So here, this is the text height, so I'll just like to go with 3, okay? Then click on apply and OK. That is for the parcel number. So here at the line segment label, so each plot I want it to have the angles and the distances. So I'll click on this drop down shadow arrow here, then scroll up to bearing over distance. Then here I'm going to edit, okay? So here you leave it on default, here make sure it's true. Make sure it's on true, here label mode, then you don't need to do anything much here. Then come here to text, then choose the test of interest by highlighting, okay? So here units, degree, minute and seconds. If yours is not on measurement type, click on this, then click on not azimuth. If yours is not on not azimuth, alright, then here precision, you click on 1 minute, okay? So click on this arrow, importantly, okay? Then click on format, then here you can choose the font of interest. Here you can decide to come and change the color if you wish, okay? Then click on OK. Alright, this is for bearing. You can likewise quickly do for your distance here by coming to this region, okay? Highlight everything, alright? Choose the units meter, choose the precision 0.01, leave everything the way it is, click on this arrow, come to format, come to font, choose the font of interest. You can choose to change the color if you want, alright? Then click on OK. So that is not for, you will need to go and put the meter unit, small letter M, okay? Then click on OK. So here is the test height. You can choose specify value sub 6, so you can do that the same way for the bearing, the test 0.6. Right, depending on what you want. So that is just all. Please, if you don't get this, rewind the video and watch carefully. So every other thing can be on default or can be on what you are seeing on the screen to have same result with me, right? You click on apply and OK. So when you are done with this, make sure this is checked. Automatically add segment labels and you click on OK. So here now you are going to click on the single family text for this division. Okay, you click on it. So now the next thing now is to choose the start point of the frontage. So you can start from here. You can see to the last point here. You click on that and you click on 90, which is the angle, okay? And click on enter. So here you click on yes, apply results, yes. So guys, that is the first thing to do for this division. So you can choose to now press escape, alright, and escape again to exit the command. So you can see here it has automatically subdivide these divisions into 3. And here the last plot you can see it is 500.50, which is more than 464.52 square meters. And that is how to carry out subdivision of plot automatically using Subdividing. Okay, so you can choose to confirm the area of parcel 30 by clicking on it, right click on properties. And you can now scroll down, you can see parcel area here, 464.52 on dots. That is one plot. You can check for parcel 40, same thing, 464.52 on dots. So that is the idea of subdivision. So therefore, I'm going to show you how to edit all this later on. So you can see the angles and the distances on each subdivided plot. So accurately, so there's no cause for alarm. Then the next thing is to come to the next division. So the next division is having 1621.32 square meters. Come to your calculator, or already I have it minimized here. Okay, edit and put the area of this division, this region is 1621.32 divided by approximately 465. Click on equals. Alright, so here approximately I have 3.5 plots. So this region is going to contain 3.5 plots. Alright, so the idea is copy to 2 decimal. Alright, copy, you can minimize. Then you come to parcel creation tools. Then this time around here you are going to paste what you've copied, so 3.48. okay, so you can approximately do it 3.5. So I'm just going to leave it as that. Then all this on default, just leave it. So the only thing of interest you'll be considering is this last option here. So as you can see, I have 3.5 plots for this region. Okay, so the idea is I'll be going with create parcel from remainder this time around. So I want that half plot to be on its own. So that is the idea. Create parcel from remainder. Okay. So you can see it will remain the half plot for me. So when you're done with that, you come to this icon, sideline create. Okay, you don't need to do anything much here. Okay, all you have to do is just to do OK. Alright, and choose the division region you want to subdivide. So the same way, the idea is clockwise. So I'll be going with this edge here. This edge down to this last point. Click on OK. Click on it, then click on 90. type 90, which is the specified angle, click on enter, then click on yes. So guys, you can see it has subdivided this plot for me. Okay, and you can see I have 3.5 plots, 1, 2, 3, and this half plot, which is the parcel number 17. Alright, so if you can confirm by clicking on the parcel number, right click on properties, you can see this is just 227.76. So that is just the idea. Okay, that is just the idea. So we are going to repeat the same thing for the rest of the divisions. Please, if you have watched this video to this extent, do it to hit on the subscribe icon, as well as turn on the notification to keep getting valuable tutorial from this channel freely. Thank you. So on this stage, I'm just going to do the same thing. Come to my calculator. The total area for this division, single family 6, number 6 is 1713.91 divided by 465. Okay, so you click on enter. So here is 3.780, so just like 3 points. Copy it, minimize the calculator, come to parcel creation tools, edit the minimum frontage to what you've calculated earlier, paste it, click. Then this time around, I want it to be the same, create parcel from remainder, right? Create parcel from remainder. Okay, then you click on this sideline create, nothing to do much again, click on OK. Therefore, you click on the text of the division you want to subdivide. So the edge here, we are not clicking on anything after the starting point. The next thing that you click on is the end point. You click on it, and now type 90. You click on enter. You click on yes to apply results. So guys, that is just the idea of subdividing of blocks. So I'm just going to click on escape twice to exit the command, because it's quite going to be different here as well. So here as well, this is the total area of this division, single family 5. Alright, so I'm just going to subdivide it by using my calculator first to get the frontage. So 1254.15 divided by 465. Okay, click on enter. So here I have 2 points, approximately 2.7. Okay, approximately 2.7. So I'll just come to parcel creation tools here. 2.7. Alright, so this time around I'm going to leave it at this option, create parcel from remainder. Okay, so come here, just click on it directly, click on OK, and you click on the division region. Alright, then this time around you can see here I started from this edge, so this time around I'll be going clockwise this way. So I'll just start from this edge here, click on it. So it's going to read it to this edge. You can zoom in to see the edge, then you can navigate to the last edge at this bus stop here. You click on it, that's the endpoint, then type 90 and enter. Then you click on yes. So it has applied the results. So guys, that is how to subdivide. So I'll do the rest by following the same procedure. So my calculator, 1614.63, so divided by 465, then equals, so here I have 3.5, so approximately 3.5. Okay, so I'll just quickly do the same process over again. So here I have 3.5 plots for this region. Okay, so here the same option, I'll be going with create parcel from remainder. Then you click on this, nothing to do much again, click on OK. Alright, click on the text of the subdivision and start from the lower side of the division and start reading to this, then to this, which is the last. Click on enter, then 90, then click on enter, then apply results, yes. So that does it. Then I'm just going to do for this last region, single family 1, right? Single family 1. So the same procedure. So here is 2135. Okay, so my calculator. So go to my calculator, and then calculate 2135.06 divided by 465, then equals. So here I have 4.6. Okay, 4.6. So I'll just repeat the same procedure. Parcel creation tools, and here I get it to 4.6. So I'll be having 4 plots and half plots. Alright, so here nothing to do much. So here let me just quickly show you. So at this stage you may choose to distribute the remainder. Alright, you may choose to redistribute the remainder by coming to this option here, redistribute remainder. Okay, so if you want to do that, so I'll just quickly just leave it as create parcel from remainder. Right, so I'm not going to waste that particular resource for my client. Alright, you come to the drop down shadow here, sideline create, click on it, then click. Then you come to the drop down shadow over here, sideline create, click on that, nothing to do much here, click on OK, and choose the text of region, then you can define the length. So from here to here to here, so you stop here and click on, then type 90, then click on enter, and click on yes. So guys, that is just the idea. Then you press escape. So guys, that is just the idea of subdivisions. Alright, so you can choose to start confirming your plots. So the properties here, as you can see, for parcel number 29 is 464.52. So that is just the idea. So here, the last remainder is 260, which is like half plots. So that is just the idea. That's not all. Okay, so for you to renumber these, okay, so you can see this is 30, 40. So maybe you want it to start from 1, 2, 3, and the rest of it that way. you click on the parcel number of one of the plots. All right, you come to renumber and rename, you click on that. Okay, so here nothing to do much, you just start from number 1 and increment of 1. All right, then click on OK. So you'll see the plus icon to start choosing each plot. So you start from where you want the numbering to start from. So I'm just going to start from here, next point here, yes. So make sure it is touching the parcel name, the parcel number rather. So each of the plots, then to the last one. Then here you click on enter, then click on enter again. So therefore you can see automatically. So when you see this which is not rhyming with the parcel numbers, so you just click on the first single family. Okay, then you come to parcel properties below. Alright, you come to parcel properties, then here you come to composition. Alright, so on composition you come here below and you change it to parcel number. When you change it to parcel number, you click on apply and okay. So you can see it has changed. So the same thing you are going to do for this region. Come to parcel properties, change it to parcel number, apply, okay. Right, so the same thing here. Come to home, parcel properties, change it to parcel number and okay. So then for the last one, therefore guys, that is how to subdivide the plots. So you can choose to remove this, alright, or just delete it. Okay, so that is just meant to give the alignment for the access routes. Okay, so you can see already access routes in between. You can choose to change and distinguish the color for the routes from the subdivided plots. Alright, by coming to parcels, come to Parcel Creation, choose to this icon here. Then here parcel style, okay, click on route. Alright, then here you click on this icon here to change the segment. So this is the parcel segment. So if yours is not on display, it means on information come to display. Alright, you on the visibility of the routes, then click on this color icon. So let me just go into green. Then you click on OK, apply and OK. Then here you click on OK. So here you can cancel this so that you can see it has distinct the width of the route from the parcel plot. So you can just choose to check the measurements of the routes. If it is the measurement of interest you've subdivided with, so you can see it's 6 meters. Alright, so you can see it's 6 meters per dot. So I'm going to show you on how to extract the line information, that is the angles and the distances, in the second part, so that this video will not be too long to comprehend. Alright, so please do what you check under the comment section as well as the video description for the templates if you want to work on this layout data practically. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.